a town littered with dolls meant to keep evil spirits away, and the man who drowned taking care of his island. In this video, we're going to explore 4 fascinating abandoned towns from all over the world, their sordid histories, and try and understand what happened to them, finding out just how a once thriving town filled with laughter, love, and hope could become a silent, sad shell of its former self. Kago, Italy. This medieval town, once full of life and history, has become one of the most intriguing ghost towns on the map. Founded in the 8th century, Kago was built on a steep hillside which unfortunately set the stage for its future troubles. Those troubles began in the early 1900s, but it was in 1963 that a major landslide struck, setting off a chain of events that led to the town's evacuation. The incident was triggered by poor agricultural practices and natural erosion of the hillside, making the area dangerously uninhabitable. Following the landslide, a flood in 1972 and an earthquake in 1980 further devastated the town. A year later, Kago was completely abandoned. No lives were lost directly to the disasters thanks to timely evacuations, but the impact was clear. A once thriving community was left to the elements. Today, Kago stands as a haunting, beautiful relic of the past. Its deserted streets and crumbling buildings a testament to nature's power and the resilience of its former residents. Now it's a fascinating sight for tourists and filmmakers drawn to its eerie, timeless beauty. Fun fact, shots from the film Passion of the Christ were taken there. Kayakoy Turkey. This picturesque village, also known as Karmilassos in Greek, was once a thriving community with around 2,000 Greek residents living harmoniously alongside their Turkish neighbors. However, the signing of the Treaty of Lausanne in 1923 marked a significant turning point. As part of the population exchange between Greece and Turkey, Greek Orthodox Christians living there were mandated to relocate to Greece, while Muslims living in Greece were required to move to Turkey. This agreement aimed to create ethnically homogeneous nation-states after years of conflict and tension. As a result, the Greek inhabitants of Kayakoy were uprooted from their ancestral homes and forced to leave behind everything they knew and loved. They departed, leaving the town deserted and eerily quiet. In the years that followed, efforts were made to resettle it with Turkish immigrants, but the village never regained its former vitality. Today, it stands as a reminder of the human cost of geopolitical conflict and forced displacement. Despite its abandonment, Kayakoy has not been forgotten. It's been preserved as an open-air museum, allowing visitors to wander through its labyrinthine streets and soak in the atmosphere of a once thriving town. The Island of Dolls in Mexico. La Isla de las Muñecas, or the Island of the Dolls, is nestled along the canals of Xochimilco, just south of Mexico City. This haunting site is not your standard run-of-the-mill abandoned town, but rather an unusual accumulation of history, superstition, and a tragic story of its caretaker. The island's tale begins with Don Julian Santa Barrera, the caretaker who moved to the island in the 1950s. Legend has it that Julian discovered the body of a young girl who had drowned in the canal. Soon after, he found a doll floating nearby, which he hung on a tree as a mark of respect and to appease the girl's spirit. Overwhelmed by guilt or driven by a sense of duty to the spirit, Julian continued to hang more dolls all over the island. Over the years, thousands of dolls, many decapitated or missing limbs, came to adorn trees and buildings, creating a macabre yet fascinating spectacle. Julian dedicated over 50 years of his life to this endeavor, believing it to keep away evil spirits and the girl's ghost. However, in a tragic turn, Julian was found dead in 2001, drowned in the same canal where the girl had died. Today, La Isla de las Muñecas is a peculiar tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world who are captivated by its grim history. The dolls, weathered by the elements and time, have taken on a life of their own, each one telling a silent story of the island's solitary guardian and his lifelong penance. The Pavlovsk Soviet-era nuclear submarine base in Russia. Built during the 1960s and left unfinished in the 1980s, this sprawling complex was intended to serve as a critical bunker, safeguarding the Soviet Union's prized nuclear submarines. It boasts 2 massive tunnels designed to house subs, along with a labyrinth of smaller passageways for personnel. These tunnels, with their imposing dimensions and intricate design, stand as a testament to the ambitious engineering projects of the Soviet era. Despite its strategic importance, the Pavlovsk submarine base was abandoned and left to decay. Today it lies forgotten and, like the previous examples, has an eerie silence slowly washing over it, frozen in time amidst the harsh Russian winters. The once bustling submarine docking areas are now often covered in ice, adding to the desolate mood of this Cold War relic. As urban explorers venture into its depths, they're met with a haunting sense of a bygone era, where secrets were buried deep underground and the specter of nuclear war loomed large. The Pavlovsk submarine base stands as a solemn monument to the tumultuous history of the Soviet Union and the legacy of its military ambitions. There you have it, 4 chilling examples of places that were once thriving, now nothing but a memory, solemn and quiet, frozen in time. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.